Yes.
There we go.
Okay, so welcome. I'm Jennifer Rosenberg. I'm one of the associate deans in the UB School of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. Thank you for your interest in the school and the University of Buffalo. I'm grateful and excited to engage with students who are interested in pharmacy and pharmaceutical sciences. Let me talk with you a little bit about the field and our program and go from there. So what I'd like to do is show you a quick video about our school. If you give me 1 second, it should start. Hold on, here we go. Okay, and the next is a quick tour of our building. Since nobody is there right now, you'll be able to see it through the tour. 1 second. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about the UB School of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. So the UB School of Pharmacy is part of the University of Buffalo, the State University of New York system. It is a large public system, 64 campuses, and we are one of the 4 research university centers. We are an R1 AAU research institution, and we are the #1 school of pharmacy in New York State, and we are ranked number 14th in the United States by US News and World Report. 14th out of about 140, 150 pharmacy schools. So that puts us in pretty good company. The research ranking is important. We're top 30 for AACP. We're a research institution. We are a research school. Our pharmaceutical sciences program is one of the top programs in the world. And together with our PharmD program, we've been around about 130 years. We have world-renowned faculty in both programs, and we are accredited by the American Council for Pharmaceutical Education. I want to talk with you a little bit about our academic health center, our distinctive degree programs, and a little bit more about our school. And at the end, a little bit about living in Buffalo. So I talked a little bit about our school, and the message that we give to students is this is where we really create pharmacy and pharmaceutical sciences leaders. We don't just graduate students, we graduate leaders. And we graduate leaders from really the moment that students graduate. They're stepping into leadership positions, and they're ready for leadership positions while they're being trained as students. And this is really important to us in our curriculum, and it's a reason why we attract students to our program. We talked about our rankings, and I want to tell you a little bit about what that means. Those are numbers. Let's talk a little bit about the differentiators and a reason to think about coming to Buffalo Pharmacy. So the Academic Health Center, that means that there are many, many colleges and universities across the country and in Canada and all over the world. Fewer than 100 institutions in the United States are members of something called the AAHC, which is the Association of Academic Health Centers. And what that means is these institutions have a medical center, a dental school, pharmacy, public health, nursing, social work. So that sort of complement of academic health schools. Only 40 of them have schools of pharmacy, and UB is one of them. What that means for students is that when you come to a school with an academic health center and a school of pharmacy, you are training together with students, fellow pharmacists, but other healthcare professionals in an interprofessional health setting. So you are learning to work as a member of a healthcare team all throughout your curriculum and all throughout your education. So you're not just talking about it, you're not sort of figuring it out when you graduate. You're graduating, sort of having that experience, that years of experience really ready when you graduate and step into either a clinical position, a residency, a fellowship, a community position. You have worked as part of a healthcare team. And that is really important at this stage of the game. Let's talk a little bit about our Alumni Network, my second, probably my first favorite differentiator. Our graduates are, very involved in maintaining really the integrity of their degrees, their pharmacy and pharmaceutical sciences degrees, and they give back in very significant ways. They are very involved as mentors. They are networkers. They really help our students get from sort of point A to point B. So they are very involved from the admissions point, their admissions recruitment point, all the way through as preceptors and really helping students all the way through. They're also involved with career development. And career development is really we have really unparalleled career development in our school. And we provide really one-on-one faculty advising from the minute that students enroll. We partner that with that alumni mentoring when students start as P1s. And that's really complemented by students getting involved and engaged in professional student organizations. We have a lot of student organizations for a small school. And my favorite thing about the student organizations is that they have really robust executive committees so that, really every student has an opportunity for some sort of leadership position. It could be a chair-elect, a curriculum coordinator, a president, a vice president. So everybody really has a chance to step into a leadership position if they wish. It's not just a select few, if that makes sense. So I think that's a real benefit. In addition, we work very closely with our students all throughout their 4 years. We have a website that really breaks down what to do in your first year, your second year, your third year, and your fourth year, sort of step by step. And we really partner with students to make sure that they're on track together with sort of the didactic work and their experiential work, getting ready to take all these next steps. We talked a lot about our graduates and our alumni. They're recognized, and this is important. So when a Buffalo Pharmacy graduate gets out there, and this is not just in Buffalo, really nationally and internationally, they're known for their, stellar work ethic, their empathetic patient care skills, and their professionalism. And those are hallmarks that our graduates take very seriously. Our faculty takes it seriously, our staff, and we really work with our students on making sure that they continue with these important qualities and traits. I talked a lot about the Academic Health Center. This is what it looks like. Interprofessional education trains you to be a member of a healthcare team. And this is really something that we take seriously. We give you something called a microcredential. A microcredential is like a fancy higher ed word for a minor. It's an electronic badge. But the more interprofessional work that you do, you get something called a microcredential. So when you graduate, you get this sort of badge on your resume or CV. And we have other micro-credentials too, leadership in other areas of pharmacy and pharmaceutical education as well. So they're sort of like specialty areas. It's work that you'd be doing anyway, so you might as well get some sort of professional recognition for it. Let me tell you a little bit about our degree programs. So we offer the PharmD, and then we offer a whole bunch of dual collaborative degrees. They typically add a year on, the master's degrees add a year on, so anything with an MBA or an MPH or an MS adds 1 year of graduate study on. And we offer that with our MBA, that's the most popular one. The MBA is a top 50 program nationally. Our master's in public health, very popular right now, fortunately or unfortunately with the pandemic. We offer a PharmD law degree, and then we offer a series of PharmD masters and PhD in pharmaceutical sciences upstairs in our building as well. We also offer an undergraduate and graduate degrees, standalone degrees in pharmacy, pharmacometrics, and pharmaceutical sciences in our school as well. So quite a few degree programs in our small school. Our curriculum for the PharmD program, a lot of text here, a lot of words, but students often ask about prerequisite courses and statistics and calculus and chemistry. A lot of the prerequisites are the same. They're not all the same, for every school, but this is sort of what our professional curriculum looks like. The first year, you're really taking biomedical sciences, pharmaceutical sciences, clinical work. And then your second year is really where you're specializing into, the courses that are unique to our program, specifically the pharmacokinetics, pharmacodynamics, ethics, management. Compounding is a thing in New York State. We have a state-of-the-art compounding lab. It's really fascinating. Compounding pharmacy is a job. It's a career. We have a number of compounding pharmacies just in Western New York alone. While you're doing years 2 and 3, you're also doing something called experiential education, where you're out and about, really learning what it is to be a pharmacist. Typically, students are doing this in areas that are not necessarily out of their comfort zone, but for a student that may have had, maybe significant experience in a community pharmacy in high school and early into college, they'd be trying out other things. The spirit of experiential education is to get to know the many different areas of pharmacy and pharmaceutical education so that you really know what type of pharmacist you want to be. And then that 4th year is a rotational year. Our students are out doing 6-week rotations, 2 inpatient, 2 outpatient, 2 other. When I talk about electives and coursework outside of our school, another strength of the Academic Health Center is really where our students can go in and take these courses here under the Academic Health Center collaboration. So for electives, we have great electives, but look at these amazing electives that you can take in any one of the health science schools. So interesting. So our students are pretty thrilled to be able to take so many of these different courses in any one of the health sciences programs. So again, a great opportunity to take some courses outside of sort of what might be the normal elective mix. I talked a lot about, the microcredentials. I talked about a microcredential. These are some examples of other ones: clinical pharmacy, research, leadership. I talked about our dual degrees. When our students graduate, they go out and do many different things: community, clinical, pharmacy, research. They also go out and do postgraduate residencies and fellowships. Residencies are specialty areas that a student would do in maybe preparation for a clinical position or an academic position. And this would be, examples would be maybe pediatrics, critical care, oncology, cardiology. And these are, competitive positions that students compete for nationally. Our residency match rate just came out. It was 86%, so we were pretty pleased with that this past year. And then our students go out, and after they graduate, they do either a 1 or 2 year PGY 1 or 2 funded position. Students often go out and do fellowships too. These are research positions that are funded within industry. We just did an alumni panel where our students, one of our students has one of the most competitive fellowships right now through Rutgers. Her talk is really amazing. So again, a lot of great opportunities for our students through postgraduate residencies and fellowships, really as a result of the types of work that they're doing through experiential education and some of the micro-credentials. The other micro-credential that is exciting for students is our global health one. Unfortunately, some of the recent global experiences that our students have had to do have been virtual ones, but we hope we have a very robust global program. We hope to be able to get back our students back out into our global health, initiatives very soon. This is just an example of some of our local, national, and international partners in terms of our experiential work. Again, Buffalo is has a robust healthcare system, but our students go out and do experiential work with our national partners, and our students go out to international partners as well. We have many international students in our School of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. And they choose to do rotations either in their home country or a different country, should they wish or if they wish. So all this sounds great. Professional pharmacy education, all the coursework, experiential education. Is it hard? Yeah. Pharmacy school, I think is hard, but I think undergraduate is hard. I think any postgraduate, any college or postgraduate education is difficult. So we really set you up to be able to have a lot of help. And I talked a lot about this faculty advising, alumni mentor type of relationship early on. We also offer peer mentors in our students. And this match process with a faculty advisor and an alumni ambassador is done based on interest. So we don't sort of like throw darts and say, okay, we're going to put Jennifer with, Dr. Waller or Dr. Prescott. We're going to ask Jennifer what our top 3 general interests are. And I'm going to say, okay, I'm interested in geriatrics. That would immediately put me with Dr. Waller because he works in geriatrics or pediatrics and that kind of thing. So again, we really do it based on interests. We have a really extensive, calendar of networking events for our students. Some are required. We have professional events, we have seminars, we have career days. So we really offer quite a bit of support. Our ROCI consultants are really tutors for our students. And these are, it's interesting that, we have many, many talented students in our program. And sometimes students who are good in math and science are not always good in all the maths and sciences. So sometimes, particularly if a student's taken a prerequisite, 2 or 3 years ago, sometimes they need a little refresher. And it's really helpful to be able to go to a peer, maybe as opposed to a faculty member. So our ROCI consultants are peer tutors and peer helpful sort of friends where students can go and really work together and, really advance. So we talked about our student organizations. We have 24 of them. They're really very robust groups and they're leadership driven organizations that are really involved at the state, regional, and national levels, and they're professional groups. So these are really the gateway for our students to be able to step into sort of their careers. So together with their coursework, maybe a micro-credential, students get involved in 1 or 2 of these organizations. And this is really these are the keys to really stepping up and doing, really students' next steps into their careers. This is where our students sort of land. The 2019 and 2020 data are very similar. I think our 21 will be curious to see, but again, community, residency, clinical, our students do, very well on the NAPLEX and the other exams. This is just a sampling of where our graduates go. I picked, these 20 from a list of 200. Many were recognizable, but for us, our students are really all over, doing really many different things. And I talked, I can't speak enough about our graduates. Not only are they helpful, but they're leaders in their field, and we're ranked very well for producing leaders at many other pharmacy schools, which is something we're proud of. And our alumni network is just, really everywhere. There's not really a week that goes by where I don't get a call or an email from a graduate saying, can I help? Can I mentor? I'd like to connect with a student. I have an internship opportunity. Can I post it? And that I think is meaningful. And that's an important sort of decider when a student is really thinking about what's next. They want to go to an environment where their graduates are going to be welcoming to them as well. So finally, let's talk about Buffalo. Buffalo is a wonderful 4-season place to live. It is an affordable, friendly, welcoming environment. It has, great sports, great restaurants. We're located, really on the Great Lakes. We border Canada. We're very close to Toronto. And we have, it's a major metropolitan city. We have, an airport, we have a train station, we have a bus station, and it has skyscrapers and a subway, and many different colleges and universities. The University of Buffalo is like one of 12, 13, 14 other colleges. So it's a college town. And during times that aren't the pandemic, it is a robust, active, season-friendly, 4-season-friendly area. Buffalo is known maybe for its winter weather. We don't hide inside when it snows. We go out and ski and snowboard, and we, do all kinds of great things outside. And we have wonderful summers that are mild and, really welcoming. So it's a great place to, consider, postgraduate education for students, affordable, friendly, and welcoming. And that is it. So this is a great opportunity to check out our social media. We are active on Instagram. Great opportunity to see all the things that we do. I am always available for questions or connections. The email down below, the farm admit. I look at that, directly. I'm happy to answer questions. And I'm going to stop the share at this point. And I think we can maybe stop the recording and I will go from there.